Going to our next match here, it's going to be Kevin Steen going one-on-one against Dan Paysan. Wait a minute, that's Lauderdale and Kamikaze. They're attacking Steen here on the rampway beef.
Who would have ever thought that Kurt Lauderdale and Kid Kamikaze wouldn't have just let slide what Kevin Steen did in the previous match? This is a shock to me.
Well, he just cost both of them the IWS Tag Team Championship. That was supposed to be their match. And, of course, as I told you, Lauderdale has just been attacking Steen over and over again, giving him move after move, and they're not letting him up. This match has not started yet. No one else is in the ring, and they have attacked him and have him set up here for the career killer.
Explain something to me, Guppy. Is Kevin Steen wrestling in a handicap match against Kurt Lauderdale and Kid Kamikaze? Because they just wrestled.
Well, no, we have him scheduled here to go one-on-one with Dan Paysan, and Kamikaze and the career killer. Looks like they got their revenge real quick.
Yes, the revenge of the nerds, if you will.
Mr. Wrestling Kevin Steen has changed his attitude over the last couple of months here, and I don't think he deserved that.
Well, Guppy, that's one man's opinion. Some feel what goes around comes around, and Kevin Steen, whether his motives were pure or not, Kevin Steen did get involved in another matchup, and he paid the price.
Well, Lauderdale, Kamikaze, looks like they got their job done.
Paid the price.
How are we going to have Kevin Steen wrestling here?
Paid the price, Guppy. That's all I'm saying.
He did pay the price.
Ed
fine.
Leslie.
Oh, just stop it. He did pay the price fine.
Well, Dan Paysan yet to make his way to the ring. Kevin Steen is in a mess on the floor. I don't know how good he's going to fare in this match.
Well, speaking of matches, you better get yourself ready because you're about to go into a three-way match as soon as this match is over. But there he is, Dan Paysan, along with Don Francesco and his running buddy, Tomasino.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that if you've ever seen me wrestle, you know I don't put much preparation into my match. I'm going to jump around the ring, so I'll be okay.
Well, you do have a match against Keith Wellington and El Generico coming up a little bit later. Excuse me, El Generico and XS69, excuse me. And I'm very confused here. We have the bell. Looks like Dan Paysan is going to count right here. He wants a cover.
Oh, almost a hard-earned victory by Dan Paysan.
Dan Paysan wanted to steal this one. Smart maneuver from this rookie from the IWS that just debuted in the IWS a couple of months ago, and he goes for a cover, and very smart maneuver against Mr. Wrestling.
I say keep going for those pins until they work. And what the hell is Tomasino doing in the ring?
I have no idea, but this guy's 6'6" with an Inzaguri kick. Wow! What elevation from the Inzaguri. We're going to see another look at that. Check this out, Beef.
Performing that move in a suit, no less.
Tomasino's Inzaguri. I don't know, it's like he clubbed him in the back of the head. It's like a tree trunk hitting you.
Kevin Steen's certainly not looking good in this match just yet.
Well, Kevin Steen got his name Mr. Wrestling from the fans. All-out great wrestler. But Dan Paysan, technically gifted, high flyer, great cruiserweight man here in the IWS.
And he's Italian, Guppy.
Very Italian, I might add.
Very, very Italian.
There's an Irish whip. He caught an elbow, hard elbow. Steen trying to mount some offense here. Propels himself up a second, and Paysan counters, nailing him in the chest a couple times.
Kevin Steen started this match with a disadvantage and still looking to get his first offense of the match in off the top rope.
Wow, look, a leap into a moonsault. No one home, but what agility from Mr. Wrestling Kevin Steen.
Kevin Steen's showing off what he can do for a guy his size. Dan Paysan with a moonsault of his own.
Standing moonsault. Kicks out of that one. Kevin Steen involved in perhaps the match of 2003 along with Pierre Carwillette and El Generico. Again, has a big change in attitude. Fought, of course, at Sexy Eddie at Season's Beatings. Gave him a package pile driver off the second rope.
Yeah, it's impressive if you like that sort of thing. Personally, I think the double axe handle and atomic drop, that's all you really need in a match.
Sure. We're not in the church here, Beef. But there's Paysan with a senton backsplash. Senton backsplash on Kevin Steen as Steen trying to mount some type of comeback. But Paysan, the up-and-comer here in the IWS, keeps on distracting the ref.
The referee distracted even though there are no rules. Very, very useless distraction here by Don Francesco.
But I will tell you that the referee does have the authority. There's a double flapjack to eject any ringside companion out of here.
News to me, Guppy.
Well, he absolutely has power. Dan Paysan going for the pin. Hey, this is a mistake. He's getting distracted by his own man.
See, their distractions backfired on them. Obviously, they weren't thinking straight. Possibly because there are 3 of them.
I would tend to agree with you on that.
What? Why are you agreeing with me, Guppy? I'm talking gibberish.
Just to embellish you and try to make our viewers at home understand Beef Wellington a little bit better. How about that?
I apologize again to all our viewers at home. Oh, back suplex coming up. Back suplex, back suplex.
Dropping Steen on the back of his head, certainly with a back suplex. Dan Paysan demonstrating why he's one of the next up-and-comers in the IWS, as he's going to work with some boots to the back of Steen's head.
Very bright future as a jobber here in the IWS for Dan Paysan. That's right, I said it.
I don't know about the jobber part. We don't really have anyone that are considered jobbers here in the IWS, maybe present company included, of course. Paysan there draping Steen's throat across the top rope.
Big boss man offense from Paysan.
And Tomasino choking the life out of Steen. Steen's got to be getting frustrated, and no one's home on that. Steen moves out of the way at the last second.
Punched to the face in a second one, setting Paysan up for something.
He has him draped off the second rope here, the middle rope, almost like in a seesaw position, and Steen's mounted the top rope. Swanton, beautiful swanton, perfectly executed.
And in full weight across the chest of Paysan, that might do it, Guppy.
Right shoulder up. Paysan somehow kicks out.
Very impressive. You can tell your left from your right, Guppy.
Thank you very much. Not all the wind knocked out of Paysan. Going back and forth with some lefts and rights here. Spinning leg drop, beautiful somersault leg drop, excuse me. Another lateral press, patented move from Steen. A very innovative maneuver, not really used these days in wrestling anymore.
Well, Kevin Steen showing tremendous resiliency at this point in the match after taking the beating that he did before the match started. I gotta tell you, I'm impressed, but then I'm easily impressed.
Look out for Kevin Steen and other individuals from the IWS like El Generico, Beef Wellington. The rest of our roster will be debuting very soon on pay-per-view. Pro Wrestling Superstars, past, present, and future. We're really excited about having the IWS broadcast nationwide on pay-per-view. However, Steen setting him up here, looking for a superplex, but Paysan reverses and gives him a low blow.
No, he hit him in the back of the leg, Doug. Perfectly legal, except in professional football.
What a somersault, a power bomb from a sunset flip. Nice move from Dan Paysan.
Guppy, you're ignoring the fact that I said he hit him in the leg, but it was clearly a low blow.
Well, I'm just not acknowledging the stupidity anymore.
I'm trying to play the heel, Guppy.
Well, okay, thank you for going back to kayfabe. There's a stomp from Paysan.
Steen is tapping out, it looks like. Either that or trying to get the crowd on his side.
Well, of course, no stranger. You and Steen go way back when training together. And Paysan getting some shots fired back. This hungry kid is just really wanting to get a win over Kevin Steen. Will launch his career in the IWS as he misses that roaring elbow and catches almost a Yakuza-like kick to the face.
Kevin Steen doing his best test imitation, and I'm going to keep naming other superstars from the WWF, because that's what we do here at the IWS. We make fun of those more successful than us.
Well, at least some of us do. But Tomasino here interfering one too many times. He's just brought in the ring by Steen, and he's just leveling out him with his frustration. And both men propelled to the floor.
Kevin Steen taking out 2 guys at once, just impressing me more and more with every maneuver that I thought of myself.
Well, that remains to be seen or debatable. Don Francesco barking out orders to both of his men. Steen going up the top rope, loves to high fly.
Relax handle, please, Kevin, please.
He loves to do all sorts of moves. There's a somersault to the floor, onto the concrete, and he's just absolutely going to work on Tomasino.
Kevin Steen refusing to hit the double axe handle, but an impressive maneuver nonetheless with that somersault to the floor.
Now he gets the cane from Don Francesco and just hits the Don in his face. I don't know if he really wants to mess around with Don Francesco.
Kevin Steen nailing anything that moves. Messing around with Don Francesco might not be the best thing for him. Except right now, Kevin Steen doesn't look like he has anything to fear. He's firmly in control of this situation.
Absolutely. But Paysan with a beautiful springboard into almost an enziguri or a one-footed drop kick, however you want to call it. Peanut in position again. Kicks out Mr. Wrestling Kevin Steen, showing his resiliency.
Can't stress it enough, Guppy, how much Kevin Steen just refuses to quit in this matchup.
He is not going to give up again. Dan Paysan getting a win over Kevin Steen will definitely put him on the contenders list, because you know we have a very avid contenders list here. The IWS, and there's a drop kick, nailing Tomasino through those ropes. And Dan Paysan looks like he's starting to get frustrated. Doesn't know how to put Steen away.
Steen just took that chair out of Tomasino's hands, and he's waiting for Paysan. Waited a bit too long, apparently.
He ducked a clothesline, ducked a second clothesline, trying to measure him up here. Has him set up for a dragon suplex, perhaps. And there's a suplex.
Swiveling the hips and picking Paysan right back up again.
A second suplex. Maybe we'll see a third one here from Mr. Wrestling Kevin Steen. What is he doing here?
Kevin Steen with a fisherman buster, almost a muscle buster even.
Almost. It looked like a fisherman buster to the side version. Dropped him on his head nonetheless. And Paysan kicking out again.
Paysan is kicking out of a lot of big moves here from Kevin Steen, almost trying to show up Kevin and saying that Kevin's not going to give up. Well, neither am I.
Paysan wrestling just a little bit over a year, but showing a lot of experience as he goes to the eyes against Kevin Steen. And there's a beautiful power slam. Beautiful and perfect 360 rotation.
Tomasino back in the ring. I don't think this is going to work.
He has a chair. There's a super kick. Super kick onto that chair. Kevin Steen's not going to have any more of this. He wants to wrestle, and he's going for it. What's he doing here? Setting him up. Could be all over. Package pile driver, spinning him around, walking around, and leveling him with that vicious maneuver.
Will that be enough to put Paysan away? It has to be.
It is. Kevin Steen with the package pile driver to get the win over Dan Paysan. Let's take another look at that beautiful finish.
Pile driver has both arms and the legs hooked and dropping him right on his head. Again, pull that from me. I taught him everything else, including the high flying.
Kevin Steen showing why his name is Mr. Wrestling, and Dan Paysan, no matter how much you might love or hate the guy, give him some credit here, because guaranteed he put up a great fight against, I would say, a more experienced competitor like Kevin Steen.
Absolutely, Gubby. Can we take this opportunity to plug our website some more?
Let's check out our website, www.syndicatewrestling.com, for bios on Kevin Steen and Dan Paysan, and plus so much more. And Kevin Steen gets the win here on Praise the Violence.